नमस्कार दोस्तों. Today is 6th July 2021. Welcome to my channel Tradeplan Nifty. This channel is my journey in stock market. On this specific video, on daily basis, I disclose my trade plan for Nifty for the next trading session, review my today's trade, and share my learning in MTM at end of the video. I hope these discussions will add value to your trade setup and trading ideas. So it looks like markets are turning back. So consolidation is still in phase. But before we discuss that in detail, let's first have a look into key indicators of the market. So first we'll go to global market. And when we see S&P 500, we see that S&P 500 today is showing is the first red candle. Nothing much serious about this till it crosses 8 bar moving average. So after super bull run, it should get some support at 4303. So let's see how the next 2 or 3 trading sessions are going, but at least for tomorrow it is looking weak. Now when we look into US government 10 bond yield, we see that US government 10 bond yield is still correcting, and now it has gone to 1.37, which is definitely a good sign for all the equity market. And now when we look into dollar index is where we see the reason why our markets are coming under pressure. That is because it is from yesterday and today. Now it is again gone back to 92.6. So this is definitely not a good sign. So now dollar index has taken a support on 8 bar moving average and it is moving up. So this is definitely not good for emerging market like India. Now when we let's have a look on HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank today had a fantastic move. It almost moved by almost 2.5%. Yeah, 2.6%. So great move. This was the entry which we missed. So but it is definitely an uptrend, and it has now touched monthly H4. So monthly H4 target is touch 1538. So it may have some resistance at 1538. So we need to see whether it's able to break 1538 or from here it is again coming back. But it has definitely closed above my black and blue magical line. So now this black line, there is 1527 or 1518, will definitely act as a good resistance for HDFC Bank. Now when we look into Reliance is looking little weak. Today we had a one sharp red bar. So this is definitely not looking good. So we need to, but it has already touched monthly H4 and it has returned from monthly H4 and now moving towards pivot. So now it will have a very good support at 2110, and if it breaks 2110, then the next support is at 2075. So we need to see whether Reliance is taking a support at 2110 or it is going down. That could be very interesting thing to see. And now when we look into Bank Nifty, we see that Bank Nifty again has taken a support resistance at the magical lines at the top, which is at 35,000, say 36,000 level, which is definitely a very strong resistance. And it has also came above weekly H4, which is at 35,629. So now the Bank Nifty will have a one support at 35,491, and if 491 is gone, the next support is at 35,234, and the very strong support at 34,950 level. So we need to see how the Bank Nifty is also performing, but definitely Bank Nifty on daily chart is in uptrend, and on 15-minute chart it has closed below 20 bar and 8 bar. So here also it is in downtrend. With now that in background, let's have a look into Lalaji. So Lalaji on weekly basis is definitely in consolidation, a healthy consolidation which is running from almost from past 5 weeks, and now 8 bar moving up. 8 bar moving average is moving up. So we need to see that by the end of this week where this 8 bar is coming, and that could act as a very good support for Lalaji, which seems like 15,720. But on weekly chart, definitely Lalaji is in uptrend. Now, when we look on daily chart, we see that Lalaji has reversed today from my both black and blue magical line, which is at 15,920, and it has almost formed a week, which is the engage series first video, uh, reversal pattern called week. So this clearly shows that at very critical level, reversal pattern has formed. So here, uh, I'll be not surprised if for a few days market will be little weak. And now Lalaji will have a very good support at 15,700, which is also monthly pivot and combination of my black and blue line. And if 15,700 is gone, then Lalaji will have a next support which is at 15,634, and after that 15,668. But let's see if it holds 15,700 at least for tomorrow. But on daily basis, when we see, it is still above 8 bar and 20 bar moving average, so it is an uptrend. Now when we look into 15-minute chart, what we see on 15-minute chart is that Lalaji today has closed after touching the top of the consolidation below 20, below 50, and below 8 bar moving average, and just about 200 bar moving average. So here we see that near term weakness or has taken control. Now let's try to confirm our view on market profile. So when we look into market profile, what we see is that tomorrow's market profile, there is tomorrow's pivot zone is above today's pivot zone. So it shows that market profile is still bullish, and but it all depends upon where the market will open tomorrow. So for tomorrow, when we look into SGX is currently hovering between 15,780 kind of zone. So pivot for tomorrow is at 7,15,8,440. So it looks like that market Lalaji will open just below pivot and within the range. So the range is previous day low is O is 15,800. So it opens below pivot, that is below 15,843, and between 8, say below pivot, then it is definitely sell on rise. So for tomorrow, the sell on rise levels are H3 is at 15,850, which is exactly at the pivot, and also that is monthly H3. So this will also act as a resistance. So 15,850 becomes a very strong resistance for tomorrow. So if market opens below pivot, then any rise towards 15,850 should be sold for a target of 15,758, and if 758 is gone, then 15,700. So for tomorrow, my official plan is sell on rise uh, at pivot, which is at 15,850 if the open is below 15,850. Now the second scenario is that overnight the scenario changes, and if it happens and market opens above pivot, which is at 15,850, then that will act as a strong support because 50 bar moving average is also coming up here. So then it will become a buy on deep market towards 15,850 for a target of 15,920, for target of 15,920. So two scenarios tomorrow. One, and all the decision will be based on where it is opening. If open below pivot, which is 15,844, then it is sell on rise at pivot. If it opens above 15,850, then it is buy on dip at pivot. So for a target of 15,920 and below target of 15,758 and second target of 15,700. And second thing, what could happen tomorrow is that at 15,700, Lalaji may take a very good support and it reverses from here. So if I find any reversal pattern here, then this is also S2 for tomorrow. So this will become a very strong support. And at this level, one can also look forward. There could be an opportunity to enter into CE position, and then we need to see how the where the market is closing. So that's another possibility for tomorrow. So first is sell on rise, and then second is buy on dip at 15,700 level with a very small stop loss of 15,790 kind. So these are the two possible trade which I will look for tomorrow. Please consult your financial advisor before you take any trade. So now let's review what happened today. So today our trade plan was to buy on deep at pivot. And if you see today what happened was market on the first 5 minute chart only touched the pivot, went up, and then it never came back. So on the first 5 minute, first 15 minute, I don't take any trade. Now I need to think about that strategy. But when it touched the pivot here, I wanted to take a trade. This happened in the first 5 minute. It was a very fast thing which happened, and I couldn't execute it so fast. So by the time I go and place a trigger, this was already at the top. And then buying at R1 didn't make any sense to me. So I decided not to take any trade on CE side. On CE side. Then the market went up, and then again somewhere here I should have gone for a PE position, but I was not at all. My trade plan was not to sell anything, so I did not take any PE position also. But on this setup, I when this is almost like a week and then the green bar, I try to enter the one lot of CE and then immediately put a stop loss closer to cost, and then I got it out on this particular red bar. So almost nothing happened for me today. So I exited all my other positions. I book a profit on Reliance, HDFC Bank, and got out of ILCP on some cost. So this is like buy, sell, and then this is buy and sell. So these are the two trades which I took. 1328, somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere here. Here I took one trade, CE position, which didn't work out, and I exited on the cost somewhere on this red bar, and then again I tried to enter here. So these are the two areas where I entered. So this is the doji reversal 4 pattern which happened at weekly H3, and I thought it could be a good reverse to see if it breaks 5917. Why I didn't take a PE position today? Maybe because I was not fully attended. It was not in my trade plan, so I didn't go for it. So that's all right. And what's the learning? Learning is again the same thing. Discipline. Today I was again late, and then mentally not fully fresh to sit in the market and take a correct decision. So I need to genuinely ensure that I don't have this kind of break days in between where I'm not fully attentive in the market because I got up late, and then the whole thing continues. So trader need to be disciplined. लालच सिखाएंगे. I hope these discussions are adding value to your trade setup and trading ideas. Welcome to all my new followers. Stay healthy, wear mask. Jai Hind.